Hey guys, this is AC Lock here, and this is Building a Lifestyle Business presented by SoftWash Systems. And I have Matthew here with Purple Dragon SoftWash. And the reason why I didn't say your last name, Matthew, is I don't want to butcher it. So please pronounce your last name for me.
Warila.
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 Oh, that's harder than Lock here for sure. And so, yeah, so you're up in the Massachusetts area, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about where you're located, your area that you service up there.
We're right out of Boston. It's a little town called Shirley, Mass. It's a small town, but it's growing. I've been here all my life. I plan on being here for the rest of my life.
Oh, cool. And
I love it here.
That's great. Yeah, I've been up to Massachusetts quite a bit and love it up there. Sometimes the summers can get hot, but not hot like Florida. So sometimes I'll escape up there during the hot time of the year down here to get up there and kind of do the reverse snowbird thing, go up there to escape from the hot weather. Because you guys, sometimes you'll get into the 90s.
Well, we're in a heat wave right now. It's 96.
There you go. Wow. And that's really hot for up there for sure.
Yeah.
And you guys still, because you're on the coast there, you still have some humidity as well.
Yep.
Not like us down here. When we're 96 degrees, we call it 96 on 96, which means it's 96 degrees with 96% humidity. And and so every day that humidity builds up at about 4 o'clock, the air can't hold the moisture anymore. And about 4 o'clock during the summer, every summer, it just rains just to relieve the moisture out of the air. So I know you guys have humidity up there. Not quite that level of humidity, but it does get hot up there, and then it kind of cools off and it gets hot. And the evenings can be easier up there, but it's beautiful up there. I love it up there, and it's a completely different kind of just culture and feel and everything. And the seafood, oh my gosh, the roadside seafood shacks, man, are the bomb.
They are.
Yeah,
I love my lobster.
Yeah, I remember I went up there back in 1987, and I'm sure if you're from Boston, there's a big kind of it's kind of a infamous kind of church up there called the Boston Church of Christ, and they're a discipling movement church, and I got sucked into that for a while, and we went up there for training. I'll do the air quotes around the training, and went up there back in '87. And back in '87, it looks like you're about my age, so you probably remember back when the all-you-can-eat lobster stands on the side of the road were like $5 for all-you-can-eat lobster.
Yeah.
I went up there and I ate so much lobster. I didn't touch another lobster for 5 years.
It can do that to you. Yeah, you can wear them out.
Yeah, I just wore them out, man. I think I hit every time we saw a place like that every day for lunch. We just hit one of those, and I ate so much lobster. I was just done with it. And I'm a little bit of a food glutton, honestly. And but yeah, it's beautiful up there, and of course the seafood's awesome. That part of the country's great. The culture's great. The people are great. Love all the little towns and the nooks and the crannies, and the old for North America, the old stuff. It's like, ooh, this is 300 years old, and stuff like that. So tell me about you. Tell me about your family and your life. Tell me the non-soft washy kind of stuff. Tell me about you.
Well, I have 3 kids. It's nothing but joy. 2 girls and a boy.
Okay.
Everybody's busy working, doing their thing. My lovely wife kicks in, goes crazy. I'm kind of blessed like you because I've got that extraordinarily good wife.
You married up.
I did, and she really is behind me 150%.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And so what do you guys do up there? I mean, I know you're in the cleaning biz and all that kind of stuff, but what do you do up there? I mean, what's the culture? What do you do on a Friday night? What do you live for?
We'll go to the movies. We bought a lake house. We go 4-wheeling. In my backyard, we built a track for my grandson to ride around on. He races his 4-wheeler that we got him out there.
Now, hold on, a 4-wheeler. You're almost sounding like a Southern redneck now.
We
It's
love our
a
four-wheelers.
Yeah, they were talking about four-wheelers, right? Yeah. That's awesome. And so
Yeah.
yeah, so you like the outdoors.
Oh, I'm outdoors like constantly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. When I'm indoors, I can't breathe.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I like to be outside too as well. My
Yeah.
favorite office I have is my back porch. And so
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's where I'll do most of my computer work if I'm not doing a podcast. It's kind of hard to do a podcast outside because then people, watching the podcast in the middle of winter would just be sick watching the beautiful, you know, palm trees swaying and the lake behind me and everything else. It
We
makes
go
people.
boating. We have a lake house we bought. We have a boat there. My daughters and I, we all kicked in and bought one so we can all enjoy it and float around.
Is it a pontoon boat or a ski boat or what did you
It's a
get?
pontoon boat.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah,
As the kids were growing up, I had speedboats and jet skis and this and that. We lived at the lake,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. It's a nice little getaway. It's like 5 minutes from my real house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a vacation and you don't have to
But it's just
travel
five
two
minutes
hours to
away.
get there.
Wow.
It's perfect.
Most people, when they get a lake house or something, it's an hour or two away, or maybe a half day's drive away. But 5 minutes away, that's
Five
pretty
minutes.
incredible.
And the lake is beautiful.
Hmm. And so, how big of a lake is it?
It's not huge. It's not a deep lake either. It's
Hmm.
a shallow lake, so the water's like extremely warm, which I love because I can't stand cold water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, it's a good sized lake, you know.
Yeah. So when you say shallow, like here in Florida, most of the time, if you were to fall out of a boat in Florida, I tell people just stand up, you know, because the average depth of a lake in Florida is like 6, 7 feet. And so, there could be some areas that are 12 to 14. Every once in a while, you'll get a 20-foot spot, but most of our land here is really flat. So the lakes are just kind of depressions in the ground. And so, a shallow lake is a relative term. So how shallow is your lake compared to like a Florida lake?
This is about the same. The
Oh, really?
deepest is probably 16. You could stand up. I've been water skiing and wakeboarding. Stand up.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
You
So it warms up quick. So what month is it warm enough to swim?
I mean, you can go in there pretty early.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stand cold water, so even when I'm wakeboarding, I have to take the wakeboard and go right into shore and not get wet.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you on that. We've got a swimming pool here behind our house, and we've got solar heaters, and the solar heaters warm the pool. The water
Yeah.
goes through them, and they're like big, long black straws, and it gets hot up there and warms the pool. And
Nice.
so we set our pool for 95 degrees, and
Wow.
and that's about where we like it.
That's perfect.
It's like a 15,000 gallon hot tub at that point.
It is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of our lakes in Florida during the summer will get 90, 92 degrees, and they're very pleasant to swim in. But then we have springs, and the springs are 78 degrees year round, whether it's 30 degrees outside or if it's 90 degrees, the springs are always 78 degrees. So that's kind of neat. During the summer, they're cooler, and during the winter, they're warmer. But
Right.
yeah. So, all right. So that's cool. So you got a family and everything. Any aspirations of your family, getting into the business or taking over the business one day or anything like that?
Well, one of my daughters is actually the one who came up with Purple Dragon.
Really? Cool.
Yes, she kind of like I have this thing that I saved that she did the picture of the Purple Dragon,
Right.
created them, put it all on paper, and then it was born.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. So here you are, you have a family and everything else. Did you do something before you're an entrepreneur? What did you do before Purple Dragon?
I have been a carpet cleaner
Hmm.
for 35 years.
Wow. So that's been like your career almost from day one is carpet cleaning.
Oh, absolutely. I've built an empire just in doing rug cleaning, and
Hmm.
it moved on to doing like taking houses and flipping them up in the air and putting them back down on the foundation, ready to go for sale.
Wow.
We handle a lot of real estate people in our area. That's what we're known for, is
Mhm.
flipping houses for these guys. That was our main drill.
Wow.
35 years of pounding.
35 years of carpet cleaning. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got quite a bit of experience carpet cleaning myself. I never owned a carpet cleaning company, but while I was in college, I was, they had the jobs board at the college, and there was an ad up there for a guy that had a janitorial company. He was looking for a carpet cleaner. And so I responded to the ad and went and interviewed, and he said, "Yeah, I'll teach you everything you need to know." And next thing I knew, I'm cleaning carpets. And carpet cleaning's good. It can get tiring. Carpet cleaning, a lot of people don't know, it's hard work, especially if you have a good steam machine. I think it's putting out 210 degrees. You're in a room, the humidity's building up. You're doing that wand back and forth, wearing your shoulders out and everything. And it's a hot, hard job. And then I got into doing the VCT, or the linoleum floor cleaning. And man, I've got a little bit of OCD, and I really love that. Have you ever done any of that? The linoleum?
We do a lot of that. I got a machine called a Barracuda.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
Well, I haven't heard of a Barracuda, but tell me what it is. I may have used a different brand name.
A Barracuda is a dual propane-driven stripping machine.
Okay.
And it has two big brushes run with it's a propane machine. It's no electric. It's propane stripper.
Propane based. Yeah, I've seen the propane based machines, and so it strips, but it doesn't suck it up. It doesn't extract.
All it does is strip.
It's just strip. So it's a rotary brush, and it's got two of them, so they're probably running against each other.
Yeah.
It probably goes a little straighter than the single hub ones. I always use the single brush ones, and you had to really know how to, run them right to get them to steer and float them around. Yeah.
This one's for doing big areas, like large areas.
Yeah, big areas. Yeah.
You need some square footage to put this machine on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'd be like doing a grocery store or something like that.
Yeah, you need some square footage. Square footage means money, though.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It does. Yeah. Yeah. Because I used to do those floors, and, we used to, of course, spray down the stripper, strip them. And then you have to get into the corners of the brushes. You have to get in there with a razor blade knife, because you don't want any of the old wax on there. And yeah, it was intense. And the prep really dictated the results you were going to do. You could tell people that would get lazy and wouldn't do a good job. But if you prepped good, you got it down to the base linoleum, you got a very consistent color all the way across. And I used to put down like 5 coats of that ecotane wax, to where I could stand at one side of the room and see my reflection all the way down it. It was very, I don't know, fulfilling to do it. You know? With carpet cleaning and floor cleaning, it's cool. It's kind of like soft washing. It's cool because you come in some of these places are a mess, and when you leave, you've really transformed the surface.
Absolutely.
VCT or whatever you're doing. So did you do any Oriental rugs? Do you have a rug plant at your carpet cleaning place?
Well, I do them out of a shop that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually slowed that. We're slowing that end of the business right now.
Right.
We're focusing on SoftWash. I'm just being honest. We're taking that side of the business, and we're kind of like shying away.
Yeah.
And focusing, because we're gonna go crazy with SoftWash.
So, okay, so you're already in the cleaning industry, so I don't really need to ask you the question, how did you get into the cleaning business? Because you've been doing this literally all your life. What year did you start carpet cleaning?
I started cleaning when I was in the beginning of 10th grade.
Wow.
There was a need.
Mm-hmm.
The need was to survive.
Right.
Nobody was going to be there handing me anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was go get it. I used to go after school. I'd go knock on doors in Concord, Massachusetts, which is,
I know where Concord is. Yeah.
That's where the money is around here.
Yeah.
I'd go knocking on doors. Hi, I'm Matt Warila. I clean windows professionally.
Yep.
A few people took me in under their wing, stayed with them for 30 years.
Wow.
Watched their kids grow up. Their kids got families. Moved to that family.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So you've been in this cleaning industry a long time. So how did you discover soft washing? I mean, what was the thing that made you go, I probably either need to add another service or change services? What was the thought pattern? What got you looking?
Well, in the business that I'm in, and that is transforming these real estate properties to
Mm-hmm.
gold to hand to the realtor,
Yep.
I was already dibble dabbling in cleaning the outside.
Okay.
So I was looking for something even better. And I happened to bump into one of your things online.
Mm-hmm.
It drew me drew me right in. I was like all in. I brought it to my wife. You know how you have the wife, and she says,
Right.
you don't need another tool. You already have every tool in your garage. You don't need
Right.
another one. But dear, this one is magic. And she fought me for a good month until I put my foot down and said, I'm going to buy it. And then here we are today.
Okay, so you found something online and you started looking into it and all. When you say you're going to buy it, it came down to Sanford, Florida, and you went to Discover SoftWash.
Yes.
So tell me about that experience, because it's one thing to see something online. We all know that there's a lot of videos and a lot of talk and a lot of smoke and mirrors online. And people can make a lot of offers and seem genuine and nice online, but it's a completely different thing to come down and like spend some time in their house, so to speak. So talk about your experience.
You're exactly right when you say that, AC, because you don't know what you're getting into when you first meet somebody. So I kind of played the card where I said, Nance, you're a good girl. You got to help me out.
Yes.
I'm going to send you in there to see what we're all about. Go through that experience. And she did. She stepped up for me, and she went through that whole thing for me, because that's the kind of girl that she is.
Yep.
And the next time I come, because I'm coming at you again, because I just bought a brand new 23 Transit.
Okay.
And you're going to stuff it full of equipment for me.
Well, great. Okay,
and
good.
I'll be personally coming to that one.
Good.
My wife went through the discovery for me.
And so, okay, so she was the doubter. She was the one, you don't need another tool, don't need to do another thing. You put your foot down, and then you sent her down because you probably figured if she could be convinced, if she came down and looked at it for herself and was sold, then it was the right thing to do. Am I kind of thinking?
You're exactly right. Yes,
right.
She was the one going, you don't need another tool in your closet. You have more than you know that you need.
And so what was her experience? When she came back to you, or she's probably calling you on the phone along the way. How did today go and everything?
I was down there with her.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you sent her by herself, but you brought her with you.
I was down there and she went through it.
Okay.
And I needed such a break, AC, because I was so busy. She let me hang around and just take it easy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of girl she is. She's the best.
Yeah.
Once she went through your class, it was all in.
Yeah.
And she opened up her checkbook so we could move forward in just being stronger.
Yeah.
And you guys proved it to her.
So you make a statement like we proved it to her. That's a great statement to make, but what do you mean by that? What was the things that made the difference?
Just the company, the way we walked in there, the appearance of the place, the people working there were just out of the world. It was her birthday weekend that she was in that class. Now it's her birthday and she has to go spend 8 hours in class.
Happy birthday.
I come walking in there later in the day and I see Steve and I said, Steve, I have a cake. I want to share this with my wife, with you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's her birthday. He just opened up his arms, took the cake. He did saying happy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Family. You made it feel really good. And that's, I kind of think it's what it's all about. family?
No, for sure. Yeah, I was just telling somebody we were on our tribe time. So every Thursday for 2 hours, I make myself available to the network, to our licensed affiliates, so that they can get on and ask me questions, and I can, give them some value, coach them, and answer their questions, because they all come up with things every week. And so I was talking about the fact that somebody had just hired a new salesperson, and they were just right in that perfect target salesperson we look for, 55 to 65, empty nester, kind of done with their career, but they still want to make a little money on the side, and lots of experience, an ID or a DI on the disc assessment, and they hired this person. They were a woman, and they're just immediately, first week went out, they sold like $14,000 in business their first week. And he's like, she's just hitting it out of the park. She's going out there. I don't have to coach her or do nothing. She knows exactly what to do. This was such a great decision because they followed the model, and we have a profile of what type of person we need to get. And so then they said she was doing such a great job that her son needed a job. So we hired him, and he's now an assistant tech. And and then we've got somebody else that we hired, one of their family members. And it's like we have a family business now, not because it's just our family, it's because we have families working for us, and it's a family business. And I said, oh yeah, I said, a lot of people in life will tell you, the rule is to never hire friends or family. And I'm the type of person that I'm like, no, hire friends and family. You could hire strangers and they could screw you over. Getting screwed over can happen no matter who you hire. But if you hire people that you already have a relationship with, you know them, you like them, you trust them, you bring them into your organization, they're a known entity, you've probably watched them in other industries do well and all. It's great because you've got people around you that you already like, they're already friends or family. And I said, even when we hire strangers, we end up making them friends and family. And so it just that family atmosphere is so important, because you're trying to, and this conversation Tribe Time went to, you're trying to assemble a team, because you can't do it all by yourself, and you got to learn to trust people, and who better to trust than your family. And so it's just really interesting conversation all the way around.
Have you been looking for an investor-grade home service business opportunity? SoftWash Systems is what you've been looking for. Come to Discover SoftWash and discover your potential. Learn how we provide you with the equipment, chemicals, education, and support for your soft washing business. For more information about becoming a licensed affiliate, call our Shield support agents at 855-763-8669 or visit our website www.softwashsystems.com/discover. Join the revolution. Join SoftWash Systems.
All right. So, that family kind of dynamic drew you guys in. And so you went ahead and joined up with the network, became a licensed affiliate, bought your truck and your system and all that kind of stuff. What year was that you came in?
I forget what year it was, but it was probably like 4 years ago.
It was before the pandemic or during the pandemic? Before it?
It was right before.
So right before, it was either the end part of 2019 or 2020, there early on. And so you're about 4 years in now, maybe closer to 5. How is it? How has the growth been? What happened kind of your first year, second year? Because what you have is you have a carpet cleaning company, you have a soft washing company, and you have a line in the middle. It looks like the line, you're moving that line, to where more and more and more of your business is becoming soft washing. That's been a transition. Tell me about how you're doing.
It's actually saved my life, believe it or not.
Really? Wow.
It really has. I thank God every day that I found you, because you've not only gave me an easier life, because I was batting my brain out trying to carpet clean.
Right.
And now that I'm soft washing, I'm making double the money. And I'm home at 2:00 in the afternoon sometimes.
Wow.
Before, I was never home. I was gone 80 hours a week. Now I'm home with more money in my pocket.
Well, and that's a really good point, because we say all the time that you want to raise your prices, raise your prices, raise your prices. Instead of getting an 80% closing ratio, you want to get a 50% closing ratio at a higher price. And the punchline to that joke is you want to do half the work for twice the money. But you are embodying that you're getting home a lot of days at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not having to work all the way into the evenings. And you said you're making twice the money. So you are literally now working half as hard for twice the money. Tell me about that.
I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah.
Like for an example, Father's Day just came up,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a job scheduled for Monday morning.
Right.
It was a $4,000 job scheduled on Monday.
Mm.
I blasted that job out so fast, and the guy was, and I did extras. I did the guy's shed, I did the
Right.
guy's walkways. I didn't even charge him for everything.
Yeah. So what
He
we
was
call
so
a plus
happy.
one.
He
Yeah.
was so happy. He already referred me to another one of his friends.
Wow.
$4,000, and I was home at 3:30.
Wow. What
Where are
time did you
gonna do
start?
that?
What time did you start?
I was there at 8:30.
So 8:30, and you're home by 3:30.
Do the math.
Yeah. Oh, that's way more than $400 an hour. You know,
I mean,
that's
and that was just
that's
me and
probably
my
closer to
wife.
$500 an hour.
That was just me and my wife, and my
Mhm.
wife didn't get there until 11 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. That's
I-
incredible.
That's all I want to touch. That's all I want to do. I am in just focus, just to get those jobs.
Well, and that's, when you go back to, my book, The 5 Keys to Pattern Success, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to say, okay, I just did a $4,000 job in 6 hours. Where do I go get more of those? And stop chasing the $350 to $400 jobs and get more jobs like those. So you're in an area of the country that has, I mean, it's not abnormally wealthy, but the standard of living and the cost of living and all, and it dictates some of those higher prices. And so, you've got a clientele base that you're going after. That's at that cost of a job there, that's a much higher, more sophisticated clientele base.
Well, that's the beauty of being the soft washer now, because I have my hands on these kinds of people because of the 35 years of doing carpet cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already in touch with them. I've already got their information. I've already been there. It's a no-brainer that these people hire me because they know the kind of work that I put out.
Right. Yeah. And that's a great point you're making there. You already had a client base being carpet cleaning for 35 years, probably 30 years back then by the time you joined up with SoftWash Systems. But you had 30 years worth of clients. So you just introduced this to your pre-existing client base.
And it fit like a glove.
Hmm.
It fits like a glove. The people already trust me.
That's really interesting. So, the title of this podcast is Building a Lifestyle Business. And so you joined up with SoftWash Systems, and you've already made several points about how it's made your life better.
Oh,
okay. And that's
100%.
That's the goal of a business is to build this little business, this soft washing business, this 2 to 3 truck, about $1 million business that you can get a really good owner benefit out of, car payments and everything else. You're building a lifestyle business. What does building a lifestyle business, that phrase, mean to you?
A little freedom would be nice.
Mm.
That's not always easy. I've been in the lifestyle for the last 30 years because I do and concentrate 150% on what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So this lifestyle isn't new to me. It's been going on and on and on for years.
Right.
That's just who I am. You just got to rock and roll and make it your life if you want to make something out of it.
Yeah. But also too, we don't necessarily want the business to take over our lives. And so you shifted from carpet cleaning to soft washing, and you're already seeing evidence of it freeing up your life. And so if you were to look at somebody else, you're going to look at in the camera right now, and you were going to encourage somebody about getting into soft washing with SoftWash systems, what would you say to them?
What I would say to them is be a soft washer, go to some kind of business school where you can know how to run a business too, because you could be
Right.
the best soft washer out there, but if you don't know how to run the apples and juggle the juggle,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be that one truck.
Right.
You've got to be able to be that business. You've got to have business savvy in you.
Mm-hmm.
And getting along with people. I think the hardest thing isn't buying the truck. It's not buying a brand new machine from you, because that's too
Right.
easy.
Right.
It's not getting the jobs out there, because that comes easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting people.
Mm.
People are it's difficult,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the that aspect. Some people can do it, some people can't.
Well, and when you're building a lifestyle business, you don't necessarily want to be out in the truck all the time yourself. You want to eventually get to a point where you're running the business. The business isn't running you. You've got team members out doing the cleaning. And, a lot of people focus on making the phone ring for new jobs, but they don't really learn how to market for or go after or hunt for team members. And they're not as good at doing that as they are at hunting for new potential clients. You got to get good at looking for and hunting for potential team members. And so, I know you're talking about, you just bought a new Transit. You're wanting to get a second system. That's wonderful. Hey, listen, it's music to our ears. We'd love to help you with that. That's what we're in the business of. But the backstory on that is you got to put two people in that trunk. You got to get some team members in there. So what's your plan for that?
I gotta come up with some kind of plan, and I might have to come to you and get that
Mm-hmm.
advice.
Yeah.
Because I've been batting my head for too long. You know what I mean?
Yes.
One thing good about it I can say is, like, being a carpet cleaner, you're going into people's houses, and
Mm-hmm.
that really changes the game on who's with you, because you can't watch them all the time.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen on the dresser. The clients I have leave diamond rings. They leave their wallet.
Right.
They trust me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Totally.
So
Yes.
whoever's with me, I have to have complete trust
Mm-hmm.
in their house. With soft washing, we're on the outside, so it can be somebody a little different. We're not inside or outside.
And when you say a little different, it's not like you've got your ass the seal on right there. You've got the badge of confidence and security behind you there on your dry erase board. These are all people that are passing background checks, but sometimes they got a tattoo in a weird place, or and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, I don't know if I want that person in my house, but they're really good people, the type of people you see at Trader Joe's grocery store, and they're good people. They're just, got tattoos and their hair's a weird color or something like that. And on the outside of the house, the customers don't mind that so much. So it does open up that labor pool a little more to you, not being in the house, being outside the house. The standard is still there. They still have to pass a criminal background check and all that kind of stuff. But it does certainly open that up to you quite a bit.
This badge right here,
Mm-hmm.
what it did for me is I got a call from a client. We do a lot of janitorial too.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I'm not taking them on anymore, but this one particular guy calls me and he wants to talk to me. So I go down, I check out his building. I kind of fell in love with the guy. He seemed like a really straight up forward guy, just wants his building clean. He took one look at this badge.
Yeah.
And he was so impressed, he hired me on the spot. Come to find out, he's an inventor of a gadget that every airline that flies a plane has to buy and they use.
Wow.
And he's the one who invented this tool. He comes right out of Air Mass.
That's pretty cool.
To make a long story short, he hired me to do the inside of his building, the outside of his building. And to this day, I maintain him once a week and give him a quick run through, so he's up to snuff, so his business runs nice.
Well, that's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. I used to have an account like that. It was in Abilene, Texas. It was called Crown Cork and Seal, and they were the bottling company for Royal Crown Cola. And man, they got aluminum dust all over everything. I had to clean the carpets on that every single week. And the offices were upstairs in the plant, and there was no way for me to get a truck mounted extractor, which would just take too much hose. So I had a portable unit. I took up the elevator, and I'm cleaning it with the portable unit. That's everything's built into one. It's like a shopping cart. And then you got to dump it in the 5-gallon bucket. You got to dump it down the toilets. Oh, what a nightmare it was. And
Yeah.
every single week, it looked like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
All the aluminum dust. It was crazy.
I've done it.
All right, cool. So what's the end game for you on this? You've made the transition now, and the business is doing well, and you're doing less carpet cleaning and more soft washing. You're getting ready to put a second truck on the road. You're prospering. You're working half as hard for twice the money. How far does this go? When do you retire? When does your daughter take it over? What are the dreams and plans at this point?
Well, I've got a son who's in the background.
Okay, good.
And I'm kind of praying that, see, with me running a carpet cleaning business, my son has worked for us in the past.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, sure. Just like my son.
You could say that because he's my son, I kind of wanted him to be that next star.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you could push that person away.
Sure.
So I'm praying that he comes to me again. It's just, hopefully it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because I want to unleash this beast right on him.
Mm.
And that's what we've built. And you're helping me. Doing the soft wash is making me just build an empire here.
That's great. That's great. Well, man, this has been a great conversation. We don't want this to come off like a SoftWash Systems infomercial, but the fact of the matter is we are interviewing in this podcast, in this Building a Lifestyle Business podcast, we're interviewing people from the SoftWash Systems licensed affiliate group all over the world. And so these are conversations that we have with our licensed affiliates. Every conversation is a little different because everybody has different hopes and dreams and families and backgrounds and everything. But it is interesting. You could plug in landscaping, you can plug in maid service, you can plug in any other service company and have a very, very similar conversation. But with soft washing with SoftWash Systems, we do kind of give you such a great package. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And so a lot of these conversations do go this direction. And so I just ask you here, Matt, would you do it all over again?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't want to do anything else but follow what you have. That's the bottom. I am the biggest believer because I've seen it. Mm-hmm. I've done it. I've seen what it can do for me. It's a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. A no-brainer. Here's another little thing I want to talk about. In Wellesley, you have Concord, and you got Wellesley, which is even richer. Mm-hmm. One of my builder friends that I've been in contact with in the past calls me up, wants me to come take a look at a property. He's showing me a wood cedar shingle roof that's 8,000 square feet of shingle roof. It's huge, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I get a price? What am I going to do? I go on our soft wash thing. I throw it on there. One of the people sends back to me telling me what the price out at. This is what he prices.
Yeah.
Thank God I listened to him. By listening to him and taking his good advice, which was right on spot, I charged the guy $3 a square foot. $1 of that was to add Restore on.
Yeah, our Restore product. Yep.
Yes. That by adding that Restore on 8,000 square feet, I got $6,000.
Wow.
To put Restore on, and it took me 3 hours. I made $2,000 an hour. Where are you gonna go and do that kind of volume?
Oh, I know. We were just talking about on Tribe Time this morning. Somebody just got a $17,000 cedar shake roof cleaning and treating, because cleaning is the byproduct of what we do. We treat it with our soft washing solutions. It cleans the surface, but like you said, with Restore, we're coming back and replenishing the moisture back into the wood, adding an antimicrobial to it, adding a brightener to it. It's got a prism-based wood brightener in it and a UV protection that goes into it, and it does a lot of great stuff. But yeah, it's a great upsell, especially on wood roofs and even on asphalt shingle roofs, because it's been proven third-party tested in the lab to plump the aggregate and add elasticity to the shingles and make them moisture wicking and hold on to the aggregate. That Restore product is a great product. It's a great upsell, and and in your case, it allowed you to add a huge amount of money, $6,000 extra to the job.
Well, I got $24,000 to clean that roof.
Wow.
$24,000. It's your products really work, and they speak for themselves. You just have to know how to present them.
Right.
The lady, I just did a soft wash today. The reason why that lady hired me, it was on a vinyl. And I said, well, can the other people stop the bleach from working after they use it? Because I can. I put final wash on and it stops the bleach.
Yep.
Can they? When you're getting that, the lady called me up and said, you're hired. Come do it.
Yeah.
All because you gave me the education to speak the knowledge, and then that knowledge it shines over the next people.
It's awesome. Well, we can't say much more than that, Matt. And
I don't think so.
I just appreciate your time today. This has been a great podcast. This will be great for other people out there, because there's, especially carpet cleaners, there's other carpet cleaners out there, and carpet's getting tough because there's less and less carpet in homes. There's more different types of flooring, but a lot of carpet cleaners are getting squeezed out right now, and especially during the pandemic, people didn't want people in their houses. So if you're a carpet cleaner listening to this right now, you very, very likely want to go ahead and add soft washing, or eventually convert to a soft washing company, because it'll be a great move for you, as evident here in the conversation with Matt. And just thank you so much for being on, Matt. I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate just being with you, talking with you.
Great. And hey, guys, again, this is Building a Lifestyle Business presented by SoftWash Systems. And as always, this is AC Lockyer. Hey, listen, if you liked this, go ahead and look down below here. Go ahead and click that you liked this podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, and you can catch more stories just like this on other people that are building a lifestyle business utilizing soft washing with SoftWash Systems. And as always, guys, this is AC Lockyer. Go forth and prosper.